Apollo Theatre in London last December. Dozens of people are injured after its ceiling collapsed mid-performance. A terrible and traumatic night for all involved. And here is the Apollo Theatre now, just over 3 months later. Redecorated in glitzy gold paint, the message is clear from the owners. Money has been spent, and we're back in business. Although, investigation work continues on the damaged ceiling.
You do have to make decisions, and I did take a lot of advice from many people, and the view was that if you can, you should reopen the theatre. And we then, having thought about that, we asked authorities what we should do to do that.
The advice was to put in this false ceiling called a protection deck, shutting off the fourth tier of the auditorium, which is currently covered in scaffolding, as investigators attempt to fully understand what caused the incident. It was about a third of the ceiling that collapsed, starting from the very back of the auditorium and then swinging down here, right over the head of those people sitting in the stalls, and it was bits of debris from there that caused the injuries.
Gareth was sitting in this seat behind. This presumably is the timber that had come down and damaged his back and shoulder blade. That was my seat. This is Kelsey's seat, who was sitting beside me. She was 4 months pregnant at the time.
Chris Edwards, who was at the theatre with his family, thinks that the preservation of architectural heritage has been prioritised over audience safety.
It should meet every standard that's expected of a modern venue for a performance space. And it's not about the architectural archaeology of the thing. That's of no particular interest to me.
What has already emerged from the ongoing inspection is that the original materials used in the ceilings of many older buildings are vulnerable to potentially hazardous levels of deterioration.
What we're doing now, following this investigation, is saying to theatres and other historic buildings who may have their ceilings that they have to do this extra check, and they have to make sure that the wadding attached to the ceilings is properly safe.
The stage